The stock market goes, so goes the wealth and the health of the American economy.
What the market is telling us is that we are on the road to prosperity.
In the skyrocketing stock market, and that benefits everyone.
The stock market has gained almost $3 trillion.
Stock market terms you should know for beginners. Hello, lovely YouTube family. Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about stock market terms for beginners that you should know. This is highly important. If you wish to get involved in the stock market as a trader or buy stocks, gather here. Maybe you are not in this category. You probably want to impress your dad who specializes in stocks and want to score major points because first impressions are lasting impressions, right? This is also for you. There are so many terms that may seem basic, but their meaning may not be as straightforward as you think. Let's have a look at the ones you should at least know to avoid some sort of embarrassment. The best thing about it is that it's not rocket science. You will learn fast and easy. If you had made it to this video, you already know what a stock is. In case you don't, do not worry because we will cover that too. So what is the stock market? Stock market. The stock market is somewhat self-explanatory. From the words stock and market, it is a combination of markets that involve purchases and sales of shares. Sale of shares allows the public to own a piece of the company. To be able to manage this activity, a set of rules are put in place to ensure there's order and value. In a single country, there can be more than entity trading stocks. In some occasions, stock market and stock exchange are used to mean the other, like they're the same. However, the stock exchange is usually considered a part of the stock market. The New York Stock Exchange is one of the most recognized stock exchanges in the world. In fact, people working here are considered the best in what they do. The stock market of the United States is made up of the New York Stock Exchange together with a number of other stock exchanges. Stock exchanges provide a secure and regulated environment in which those involved can comfortably buy and sell shares and other financial instruments with none or low operational risk. The stock markets work as primary and secondary markets based on the rules set forth by the regulator. Basically, this is how the stock market works. Terms you should be familiar with. Other than buying and selling stocks, these are some of the terms you should familiarize yourself with. Bid. A trader's bid is the price per share that he or she is willing to pay for a certain stock. The bid price, which is what a seller seeks per share of the same stock, is checked against the ask price. The spread is the balance gotten after computing the bid price and the stock price. Bid is also the verb of the same action, close. This is as obvious as it sounds. A close is the time that trading firms go home for the day, usually 4 p.m. However, in some instances, markets are operated after hours. This is known as after-hours trading that may continue until 8 p.m. The process of exiting a transaction or the last phase in a transaction, at a point where official documents are signed and recorded, is referred to as the close. Sector. A stock market sector is a set of equities that have a lot in common with each other, usually because they are in related sectors. When it comes to investing, you have the option of picking stocks from a variety of sectors. It's also easier to compare which stocks are making the most money when you divide them into sectors. Stock portfolio. Most of us are familiar with a portfolio. In simple terms, a portfolio is a collection of all things finance. Stocks, bonds, and cash are commonly seen to be the foundation of a portfolio, but it doesn't have to be this way. ETFs, simply put, ETFs are trackers meant to any entity coming on board the stock market. ETFs are always set up to either track a single item's price in massive and widespread group of securities. ETFs are comparable to mutual funds in different ways, except ETFs are traded on exchange platforms as the day goes by, whereas mutual funds are issued at close time. Market order. This is a purchase or sale of a stock at the current best available price on the market. A market order almost always guarantees execution, but not at a certain price. When the primary purpose is to execute the trade as soon as possible, market orders are the best option. Because the trade price might be quite variable, it is best to avoid making market orders. Liquidity. The ease with which a stock can be sold is referred to as liquidity. A highly liquid stock is one that can be sold fast and has a high trade volume. IPO. The process by which an individually owned firm can change its status to public owned by issuing stock for sale its stock to the general public is known as an initial public offering, IPO. The company's shares are sold on the open for the public to participate in purchase after the IPO. Initial investors are allowed to trade their shares on the public space to maximize profit. Market capitalization. This is the total amount acquired after determining the total amount of shares multiplied by the current price. Mutual fund. This one is best known to reduce risk. In this case, investments are collected from different individuals, making it one huge investment. Profits and losses are divided based on percentage of investment. The individuals appoint professionals that enable them maximize returns on their investments. Index. An index is a standardized technique of tracking the performance of a group of assets. Indexes are used to track the performance of a group of securities designed to imitate a specific market segment. Dividend. This is what you get after a company you've invested in makes a profit. Dividends are mostly paid either through money or addition or extra equity. Arbitrage. Arbitrage is defined as the simultaneous buying and sale of the same item in multiple marketplaces in order to profit from small price fluctuations. It takes advantage of short-term price fluctuations in identical or comparable financial products in multiple marketplaces or in different forms. Bear market. This kind of situation occurs when a market's price keeps going down for a long period of time. Most of the time, it refers to a situation where stock values have fallen 20% or more from previous highs because of widespread skepticism and misinformed investor decisions. Bull market. This is the opposite of a bear market, where prices are shooting upwards or the expectation is to rise in the market. The word bull market is most commonly associated with the stock market, although it can also refer to any tradable asset, including bonds, real estate, currencies, and commodities. Since it is not unusual for prices to increase and fall throughout the trading period, the phrase is only used for long periods when prices are up and staying up. These markets over months and even years. Blue chip stock. A blue chip stock is a large corporation with a good reputation that is usually well established and a financially strong business that has been in operation for a long time and has consistent earnings, generally providing dividends to shareholders. This kind of stock has a market valuation of billions of dollars, is usually the market number one or one of the top most corporations in its industry, and is almost always widely recognized for those that can afford it. These stocks are the best because of how stable they are. Bourse. A bourse is a market where securities, commodities, and other investments can be bought and sold. The term bourse is most commonly used in Europe and can be used interchangeably with the term exchange. Bourse is based on the mansion of textile merchant Robert van der Bourse in the 13th century, when Belgian tradesmen and financiers would congregate and trade with one another. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing video from us.